He even planned to challenge a high school student who was several heads taller than him in order to become the strongest man in the school. However, when he arrived there, he immediately felt scared. To boost his courage, he took out a dagger from his pocket and shakily stated his intention. He hoped to have a one-on-one fight with the strongest man there, but several high school students didn't make things difficult for him. Instead, they said they would convey his intention to the strongest man there, and that man was Baki. The next day, after school, the primary school student arrived at the appointed place early and waited. At that moment, Baki also showed up. He took off his coat, revealing a well-built body full of muscles. When the primary school student saw Baki's huge muscles, he was completely stunned. His whole body trembled as he wanted to beg for mercy. Baki said that he wouldn't show any mercy no matter who the opponent was. After all, a challenge was a challenge. The other side was already so scared that his legs went weak because he had thought that Baki would just laugh at him and then ignore him. But Baki took on a very threatening fighting stance. Then Baki disappeared from the little boy's sight and appeared behind him. After that, he hit the boy with all his strength, making the boy fly a long distance and fall into the river. The little boy thought to himself that even if he lived to be 80 years old, this would undoubtedly be the greatest shock he had ever received in his life. Surprisingly, after winning, Baki wasn't as serious as he seemed. Instead, he was quite kind. He became brothers with the primary school student. On the way home, Baki suddenly started practicing boxing against the air. As the speed of his punches got faster and faster, the originally calm air around him actually formed streams of air. It turned out that the decisive battle between Baki and his father, Yujiro, was about to begin. In order to completely defeat Yujiro, Baki started practicing against the air. By relying on his imagination, he created a non-existent opponent. This scene left the boy beside him dumbfounded. He felt that there was really an opponent in front of Baki. The boy liked boxing very much. Based on Baki's punching movements and the way he evaded with his steps, he judged that the person fighting with Baki was Mike Tyson, the former man known as the strongest in the world, the boxing champion. Tyson threw a left punch to break through Baki's defense and then immediately followed up with an uppercut, directly knocking Baki flying. The boy was very shocked to see that Baki, when fighting with the imagined opponent, could also get so badly injured. However, Baki smiled and walked towards Tyson. The next second, Baki moved and directly kicked Tyson in the head, defeating this former strongest boxing champion.